The baby ones too. The baby ones. Who is that? You. Oh, my personal life? Yeah, I told you about that. We won't talk too much about my personal life, but I heard about it.
Any celebrations that we'll see in the...
We'll see.
We all know you went through a very messy divorce with Offset. Were you worried about dating again?
I mean, everybody kept telling me, I should have fun. And we had a little bit of too much fun, and now I'm here. One thing about, dating, when you date, you feel like you're, 16 again.
Well, you want to feel like you're 16.
You do, but then it's you also remember what you dealt with when you were 16. So it's restarting again. One time he just told me, let me heal you. Give me a chance for me to heal you. And it's okay.
This why Cardi B had a baby with Stefon Diggs. And I bring that situation because it's
no,
hold on. And I'm gonna tell you. No, hold on. I'm gonna tell you.
I don't want to bring Cardi B and Stefon Diggs into this.
No, but I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm a huge fan. Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Me too.
Right?
All right. Let's make it clear. I'm a huge fan.
Now I'm gonna tell you why. They said Stefon Diggs, right? And this is the rumor. I'm not saying these facts, but this is the rumor. Quavo's girl was Sweetie, right? They said Offset slept with Sweetie. That's why the Migos fell out.
Is that real? Okay, once again.
Nah. Let me say this. Let me say this.
I ain't got nothing to do with it.
So
Charleston stepping out of this one too.
All right, so listen to me.
Pay grade.
So listen to me. But people gonna try to joke about it and the Vader thing. Those are rats. The game is full of rats. If you sleep with your homie girl, that's rat material.
I'm even in 3 weeks.
You haven't been in 3 weeks? Why?
No, because is in Boston and I'm here working.
Pregnancy makes you probably want to more, right?
Yeah, but this is crunch time. In Boston, you're a Patriot.
He's playing.
Hell yeah, we're not playing. Now he's really locked in. He's in his season right now.
How you dealing with it?
We just talk to each other every day, and it's he just came out of a ACL injury. He got something to prove.
You're gonna be at the games.
I'm gonna go to a couple of games, but I get too anxious. I might be I might get bad.
It started as just another late-night rumor, the kind that usually burns hot for a few hours, then disappears, but this one refused to die, because the names attached weren't random. Offset, Cardi B, Stefon Diggs, and a Miami strip club that suddenly became ground zero for a story way bigger than a so-called scuffle. The question wasn't just whether two men crossed paths, it was why this rumor felt like the latest chapter in something that's been quietly building for months. Because when you zoom out, this wasn't about a club at all. It was about jealousy, power, and a breakup that never really ended. The story broke when people online started claiming Offset had pulled up to Booby Trap in Miami, where Cardi B was allegedly celebrating Stefon Diggs' birthday. According to the chatter, things got tense fast. Security got involved, names were exchanged, and for a moment, the internet was convinced something physical went down behind closed doors. Clips were reposted, screenshots flew. Everybody suddenly knew somebody who was there. But what really sent this rumor into overdrive was the idea that Stefon Diggs tried to block Offset from getting inside. That detail alone flipped the narrative from coincidence to confrontation. Because now it wasn't just two men being in the same place. It sounded personal, intentional, heated, and the internet loves nothing more than a triangle with ego at the center. But almost as quickly as the story spread, it started to crack. Because Cardi B didn't stay quiet. She shut it down, flatly. No dramatic explanation, no long thread. Just a clear denial that anything happened at all. According to her, there was no scuffle, no confrontation, no drama, just another made-up moment that people ran with because it sounded good. Now, anyone who's watched Cardi long enough knows she doesn't deny things lightly. When she wants something out there, she lets it ride. When she wants it buried, she cuts it off early. And that's exactly what made people pause. Because the denial didn't calm things down. It did the opposite. It made people look closer. And when they did, something obvious stood out. Yes, there was video of Cardi B at the strip club. Clear as day, no debate there. But Stefon Diggs? Nowhere. Not walking in, not walking out. Not in the background. Nothing. For a rumor built on a confrontation between two men, one of them was completely missing from the footage. That changed everything, because now the timeline didn't make sense. If Stefon wasn't there, when did this supposed scuffle happen? Before he arrived? After he left? Or did he never show up at all? And if this night was about celebrating his birthday, why would he suddenly dip over a minor altercation? That's where logic started fighting gossip. Some people argued maybe Stefon left early. Others said the confrontation happened outside, off camera. But the more explanations people tried to invent, the more it started to feel like the rumor was doing the heavy lifting, not the facts. And that's when attention shifted to the source. Because this didn't come from nowhere. One Goat Alexis was the name attached to the initial buzz. And if that name sounds familiar, it's because she's been tangled up in Cardi B's business before. More than once, she's dropped information in the past that turned out to be true. Pregnancy rumors, side situations, stuff people didn't want to believe until it was undeniable. But she's also openly Team Offset, loudly, and her relationship with Cardi has been icy for a long time. At one point, they were cool, friendly even, but that's long gone. And when someone with a history of both accuracy and bias speaks up, it creates a perfect storm, because now people don't know what to believe. Is she exposing something real, or stirring mess with just enough truth mixed in to make it stick? That question matters, because the strip club rumor wasn't happening in isolation. It landed on top of something else that was already bubbling: Offset's behavior. For weeks, even months, people have been whispering that Offset hasn't been handling this breakup well. Not privately, not publicly, and definitely not emotionally. While Cardi's been moving forward, expanding her brand, and keeping her distance, Offset's name keeps popping up in chaos-adjacent situations. And then came the allegations that changed the tone completely. A woman came forward claiming Offset had been texting her, trying to get her to help line up Stefon Diggs. At first, some people brushed it off as clout chasing, another IG model trying to go viral, but then screenshots surfaced, conversations that didn't sound playful or fake, or like jokes taken out of context. They sounded deliberate. The implication wasn't just messy, it was dark. And when people realized Stefon Diggs was very much alive, well, and celebrating life publicly, the story shifted again. Either this was a failed attempt at something serious, or a smear campaign designed to destroy Offset's image. But here's the problem. This wasn't the first time Offset was accused of using other people to handle his problems. According to the same woman, when she didn't go through with whatever plan he had in mind, the energy flipped. Threats allegedly followed. Pressure. Intimidation. And then, instead of handling it himself, Offset supposedly sent another woman to confront her physically. And that's where things went sideways, because the fight didn't go the way it was supposed to. Instead of silence, it went viral. Instead of fear, it turned into embarrassment. The woman Offset allegedly sent ended up taking a very public L-weave on the floor, taunts online, screenshots posted proudly. The internet didn't see dominance, they saw desperation. And the symbolism mattered, because once people start clowning you instead of fearing you, the power is gone. So when rumors popped up days later that Offset had pulled up on Stefon Diggs in Miami, people didn't see it as random. They saw it as consistent. Another attempt to assert control. Another moment fueled by ego instead of logic. But here's where things get complicated. Despite all the noise, there is still no proof that Offset and Stefon Diggs ever crossed paths that night. No video, no eyewitness with receipts, nothing solid. Just speculation layered on top of a pattern that feels real to a lot of people watching from the outside. And then there's Cardi. Because throughout all of this, she's been doing one thing consistently: protecting her peace. She denied the rumor quickly. She didn't drag anyone. She didn't add fuel. She didn't let the story spiral the way it could have. And that restraint speaks volumes, especially when you remember that Cardi has said before she doesn't feel safe around Offset, that she feels harassed, that the breakup hasn't been as clean behind the scenes as it looks on paper. Those statements didn't go viral the way scandals do, but they're part of the context people can't ignore. So now fans are split in a way that feels familiar, but heavier than usual. One side believes this whole thing is exaggerated internet foolishness, a messy rumor fueled by bias, clout chasing, and people who know exactly how to set social media on fire. No video, no proof, no solid timeline. To them, this is just another case of the internet turning whispers into headlines, then refusing to let go even when logic doesn't support the story. In their eyes, it's simple. If something real had happened, we would have seen it by now. Move on. But the other side sees something very different. To them, this doesn't feel random at all. It looks like a man unraveling after losing control of the narrative, the relationship, and the power dynamic that once worked in his favor. They point to the pattern, the public outbursts, the leaked messages, the constant tension that keeps spilling into the open. From this perspective, the rumor isn't shocking, it's predictable. Another moment where emotion overrides judgment and jealousy quietly steers the wheel while everyone pretends it's coincidence. And then there's Stefon Diggs. Because through all of this, he said absolutely nothing. No denial, no confirmation, no subliminal posts, no energy given to the noise. And somehow, that silence has only made things louder. In celebrity culture, silence isn't neutral. It gets interpreted, dissected, and projected onto. Some see it as confidence, the kind that doesn't feel the need to respond to chaos. Others see strategy, letting the story burn itself out while staying untouched. And some believe it's simply self-preservation, a refusal to get dragged into something that thrives on attention and outrage. At the end of the day, when you strip away opinions and emotion, here's what we actually know. There's no confirmed scuffle, no verified confrontation, no footage placing Offset and Stefon Diggs in the same space that night. Cardi B denied the story outright, without hesitation. And when you line up the timeline, logic pokes holes in almost every version of the rumor that's been floating around. But we also know this didn't come out of thin air. There's been a clear escalation in Offset's public mess, a growing list of allegations that keep stacking instead of disappearing, a pattern of conflict being handled through other people instead of directly, and a breakup that still feels unresolved on one side, no matter how quiet the other side stays. Those details matter because they create an atmosphere where rumors don't just survive, they feel believable. So maybe the strip club story wasn't true, but maybe it felt real for a reason. And in a situation like this, that might be the most revealing part of all. And that's what keeps people watching. Because even if this specific story turns out to be nothing, the tension underneath it is very real. And until that gets resolved, something tells us this won't be the last time these names end up in the same sentence. And when the truth finally does come out, it probably won't look the way anyone expects.